steak, eat steak, eat a big old steer, eat steak, eat steak. Do we have one deer? Eat beef, eat beef. It's a mighty good food. It's a great day meal when I'm in the mood.
Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of Black Math Black Legion blog. Guys, I had someone write in, I wanted to take the time to mention two emails. One was from a gentleman named Seth. He wrote me, asked me if I'd critique his list, what the next steps would be, what he should buy next, asked me to critique his list. So I'm going to do that here in a second. So gentleman, I just got his email this morning and I was wowed by it. It just made me feel really good, so I want to say thanks, Doug Reyes. I hope you and your son have a good time playing 40K. I appreciate your email. I don't get them, they're not all like that. So to Seth, well, here, I'm going to take this and we're going to zoom in. Okay, Seth, got your email. I understand you're about 1,300 points. There's a few things I'd critique, and I'm almost willing to like automatically start spouting out, like what my list is and stuff like that. I'm gonna go through and point out some things that I think are weaknesses, but just because they aren't like mine, that doesn't mean anything. On your HQ is Termi armor, a lord with Termi armor and dual lightning claws. That's what I like my guy. You see my avatar. That's a guy I painted. So I play him every once in a while. Sorcerer with wings, Marcus Flanash and Lash. We all know that that's my favorite. Problem here is I would take away the wings. Your jump infantry, like I said, a sorcerer with power armor, he's just, or even in terminate armor, he's just very susceptible to Melta's instant killing. Do what I do, put him in. You've got a couple rhinos down here I see, or Chaos Space Marine troops, squads of 10. Reduce those by 1 each, so squads of 9, so that wherever you are, you can take your sorcerer and put him in a chaos or in a rhino. And now what that allows you to do is you're allowed to move, as long as you're only moving 6 inches, to fire out the top of it, and that includes a psychic shooting attack, which is Lash. So you can see but cannot be seen unless they break the nut, or unless they crack the shell to get at the nut inside, if that makes sense. So they have to go through that vehicle damage chart, which is not impossible, but it's a lot more difficult than just shooting a Melta and you failing your 5+ invulnerable save. Let's see, moving on down. Terminators, 3 power weapons, Chain Fist and Power Fist. 4 combi weapons, 3 Meltas, 1 flamer, and a heavy flamer. So I'm assuming that's 5 guys. That's pretty nice. I like it. It adds a little something. You can teleport them in. I'm not all about sacrificing the Terminators like everybody else is, but if you had to do it, you could do it. And then you got 2 10-man Chaos Space Marine squads, Aspiring Champion with a power weapon. I always go Power Fist because I can't tell you how many, let's see, on average you're going to need 4s to wound with a power weapon compared to a 2 or better on a Power Fist. It's worth that extra money. I have 2 Flamers, 2 Meltas, and 2 Plasmas that I can use. Oh, that's pretty good. Always go with Meltas. Just personally, the Plasmas are nice, but I would save the Meltas for breaking open tanks, and then I'll get to what I would use to kill what's inside later. The Zerks, you got 12 of them, usually field 10 in a Rhino. Like I said, I would drop that to 9. Champ with a Fist. You have here, Champ with a Fist. Looking back, this was stupid, but I don't think so. I always prefer a fist over a power weapon any day. Unless you have a bunch of power weapons and a bunch of attacks that can make up for it. 2 rhinos, extra armor. Yeah, that's pretty good. I don't take extra armor. It's just too expensive for me. I'm more of a bare bones kind of guy. And 1 has Havoc Launcher. Unless you're sitting back and using it as a mobile bunker to fire out, some Havocs or something, then I wouldn't take Havoc Launcher personally. It's just expensive. But like you say here, you're just trying to get your point total up. Okay. Okay, I typically play a friend who plays Tyranids. Yeah, well, you're going to want a lot of Flamers. And the Meltas are good, a lot better than I thought against Nids. I thought they would be, with lots of Horde, I thought it would be bad, but they're still good for taking down the big things. Oh, and one more thing. I'm looking to either buy 3 Blitz off or a Land Raider. Well, personally, I would go the Blitz. I have a Land Raider, but I always play the Blitz because they're so versatile. The Land Raider's nice. You know, it can get you where you want to go. If you're looking to move forward and charge, you know, and get to grips with the enemy, which I wouldn't necessarily suggest with your force unless you want to use it to put the Zerks inside. That's a good idea. Then you can shove that big red pill down someone's throat. But I would do is I would take the Blitz. Again, that's what I do, and I've grown accustomed to playing it, so maybe I'm less likely to branch out and try new things. I don't know. But I would get the Blitz. Plasma cannons, blast cannons, this, that, everything they have. You know, they are great for any situation. And they have an invulnerable 2 wounds, which they can be instant kill, but they're Terminators. You know, they're badass. So that's my opinion. Might be cheaper, I don't know. Well, Seth, thanks for writing in. I appreciate, you know, asking me all this stuff, and I hope this was helpful. If it's not, write me again and I'll explain it, or if I left something out, it's just all going off the top of my head. And also, Doug, thanks again.